Like, obviously, this has been an incredibly difficult week and a half, and the grieving process will continue. But I guess, first of all, how are you? And secondly, is it is it good for everyone to just sort of be back together and sort of have that community of the hockey team?
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of grieving and processing going on. We were fortunate enough to get out to Jersey and be part of the funeral and be there to support the Gaudreau family and everything they're going through. And it definitely puts life into perspective and reminds you how fragile life is and how much we need each other. And it was good to see how many guys showed up and were there to support. And so it was a weird feeling in the sense that you were so happy to be around everyone again and see the guys that you've played with and had relationships with over the year, and at the same time you're all just kind of crushed with the reason you're there. So just for me it was just to reemphasize how important it is to have your brothers around you and have that family.
Obviously, it's a deeply personal experience, and I'm not trying to ask you about that, but seeing the Calgary community and Flames fans with the memorial, obviously with the candlelight vigil, what's that meant just for you to be able to see the city rise up and hopefully support a family that's grieving?
Yeah, I mean, I posted, I'm just proud of the response. Obviously the way things ended with Johnny here, people could have been bitter or, had their reasons to not come and rally and support, and the city showed up in waves, and I wasn't in town yet, but watching it from afar it was pretty beautiful to witness just the amount of uplifting that they were doing for the Gaudreau family and for Meredith and their family. And it's just it's one of those things where you put your ego away and you realize that life is much more important than sports. And I was just really proud to be part of the city.
Just even hopefully the hockey community, as we know, it is close and it's small after all, but just to see how much I'm sure you guys are all there for each other too through this, and just making sure you're checking in on whether it's past teammates or current teammates, and just how important that community is.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like I said, it's you start hearing from everybody, and you almost realize you haven't checked in with people enough. It's a reminder to be a better friend and a better person, and it was great to catch up with guys and tell stories and just reminisce. Some of those guys I only got to play 1 year with, and felt like I played 10. Just catching up with the good memories, and part of that was because of what a great guy Johnny was. We had so many memories about him and with him, and it just makes you want to just be better moving forward about making sure you're keeping up with friends and family. And I'm definitely guilty of getting kind of lost in the moment and not necessarily keeping up with guys. And sometimes life has a strange way of reminding you to be better.
So what do you remember about Johnny, the guy?
Oh, he was just, how could you not love the kid? He was always smiling. He's just so fun to be around, and I get emotional thinking about him. He was such a good teammate and friend. He loved the game of hockey. He loved his teammates. You could spend 24 hours a day with that guy and have a great time. And I don't want to get too deep into it because I'll get emotional, but we miss him, and I know he's resting in peace.
There's no appropriate way to transition from something deep into hockey, but what are the hopes for this group for you coming this year?
I mean, there's been a lot of turnover in the last couple of years. There's no secret there, and to me it's exciting. It's a blank canvas, and we've got a lot of guys that have great opportunities to take steps in their career and leave their stamp and make a difference for us. And I think sometimes when there's no expectations coming in, that's when teams can be the most dangerous, because you play free and you play, you're happy to be there and happy to work hard and grind together and kind of have that me against the world mentality. And I feel like our group's going to have that. We have great leadership, and they've done a good job of bringing in a few guys to bolster the leadership group. And like I said, we'll see how it all plays out, but I feel like there's a lot of reason to be excited about our team. And I've been in a situation before where you came in with everybody writing you off, and we ended up going on a run and made the playoffs that year, and it was a really fun season because, like I said, you didn't have that pressure expectation, but that brings you all together.
With those no pressure, no expectations, what does success look like for this team when 82 plus games are done?
Well, it's going to be, the success for us is just it's going to be a day in day out thing. But I think, we have a deep enough roster and some good young talent that we can rely on different, guys each night to help us get wins, and it's going to be tight checking games, and we're not going to run away with games, 6-7-0. It's going to be hard fought wins, but we have guys that love to grind, love to compete, and ultimately the goal every year is everyone says you want to make the playoffs, and but for me, I'm a little more short term focused. I think the most important thing is getting off to a great start. You can reevaluate after the first 10 games, and if you set yourself up with a 7-3 type record, I think everyone starts feeling a little differently, and that's when the confidence grows and you become a dangerous team.
We saw your role evolve a little last year. A lot more goals, a lot more offense. Do you anticipate that? Doubling down on that a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I just play my game. I don't focus too much on the points or where that falls. It's more about the process for me, and I felt like my process was good. I felt, to be a good player, I need to be good on both ends of the ice, and whether I sacrifice a few points for that, so be it. It just is what it is. But I felt like last year was more my standard than the first 2 years in Calgary. If you look back at my playing career in Tampa and Jersey, I had a few years where I was on pace to hit 30 and produce in the 50 range, and I think, like I said, it's not my focus, but last year was definitely my expectation and not an outlier.
How different do you feel like your personalities this year? Like, a lot of those veterans, how different is the leadership or the personality compared to a season ago?
Well, we'll see. Like I said, there's a lot of new components to figure out, but the leadership core loves each other. We're a tight group. It's a group that we're excited to come back and see each other and be around each other, and that brotherhood and that family feel is in my experience has led to a lot of successful teams, and I'm happy to be a part of it.